రామాయణాన్ని అందరూ చూసారా? అందరూ చూసారా? ఎప్పుడైనా రామాయణం నడుస్తే చూసారా? మీ ముందే ఉన్నారు నడిచే రామాయణంగా పేరుగాంచిన శ్రీమాన్ చిలకపాటి విజయ రాఘవాచార్యులు గారు. 170 రామ పట్టాభిషేకాలు, ఫార్మర్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఏపీ రెసిడెన్షియల్ డిగ్రీ కాలేజ్, ఫార్మర్ ప్రొఫెసర్ అండ్ హెడ్ ఆఫ్ ద సెంటర్ ఫర్ రెగ్యులేటరీ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్, ట్రైనర్ డిఓపిటి గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా, ఫార్మర్ టీటీడీ డైరెక్టర్, ఫార్మర్ సెక్రటరీ హిందూ ధర్మ ప్రచార పరిషత్ టీటీడీ, డైరెక్టర్ నారాయణ ఐఏఎస్ అకాడమీ, ఫార్మర్ డైరెక్టర్ స్టేట్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఆఫ్ టెంపుల్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ హైదరాబాద్ అండ్ విజయవాడ. సో ఎన్నో రామ పట్టాభిషేకాలు, నడిచే రామాయణంగా ప్రసిద్ధిగాంచిన అండ్ ట్రస్టీ అండ్ సెక్రటరీ శ్రీ సీతారామచంద్రస్వామి దేవస్థానం కొండాపూర్ అయిన శ్రీమాన్ డాక్టర్ చిలకపాటి విజయ రాఘవాచార్యులు గారిని మనందరికీ దిశానిర్దేశం చేయవలసిందిగా కోరుతున్నాం. VRC governing body, VRC trustee and VRC governing body also, sir.
Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. ఈనాటి ఈ అద్భుతమైనటువంటి సదస్సులో పాల్గొన్న మహానుభావులు, న్యాయమూర్తులు, న్యాయ తీర్పులలో లబ్ధ ప్రతిష్ఠులైనటువంటి మహానుభావులు, అట్లాగే న్యాయవాదులు, న్యాయ విద్వాంసులు, న్యాయ విద్యార్థులు, న్యాయం కోసం పరితపించేటువంటి వాళ్ళు, మీ అందరికీ కూడా శ్రీ సీతారామ శ్రీచరణ స్మరణ పూర్వక పాద సన్నిధిలో నమస్సుమ శతసహస్రాలు సమర్పిస్తున్నాను. యశ్చ రామం నపశ్యేత్తు యంశ రామో నపశ్యతి నిందితా సవసేల్లోకే ఆత్మాప్యనం విగర్హతే. దిస్ ఈస్ ఇన్ అయోధ్యకాండ. యశ్య రామం నపశ్యేత్తు, హూ హ్యాజ్ నాట్ సీన్ రామ. యంశ రామో నపశ్యతి, who is not seen by Rama. If somebody is there, he is attributed with some blame. I don't bother if people blame me. Not only people. Nindita savase loke. The whole world used to blame him, condemn him. What an useless fellow. You are a heavy load for the planet of Earth. Even then I don't care for that. Okay. Atmapi enam vigarhyate. Don't bother about the world and other people, but even the inner self blames him being an insider. That means there was none in Rama's Rajya who has not seen Rama, at least who has not been seen by Rama. This is the epitome of Srimad Ramayana, which endorses that the king is so close to people. The interfacing between the king, the ruler and the ruled was so intimately intertwined. This explains about the efficacy of Ramayana, efficiency of Rama, and the closeness of Rama, intimacy of Rama with the public. This is the reference in Ayodhya-kanda. Sri Ramachandra Shata Parijataha సమస్త కళ్యాణ గుణ అభిరామ సీతాముఖాంభోరుహ చంచరీగ నిరంతరం మంగళమాతనోతు అని ప్రార్థిస్తూ నేను ప్రారంభిస్తూ ఉన్నాను. ప్రియ భగవద్బంధులారా, శ్రీరామ సంబంధ బంధువులారా, ఒక అద్భుతమైనటువంటి వ్యవస్థ. ఇంతకుముందు మాట్లాడిన వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా చాలా మహాద్భుతమైనటువంటి, ఇంతవరకు అన్నారు కదా, కాంటూర్స్ అన్నారు ఆయన కొందరు స్వామి. The contours of jurisprudence, different areas, different points, different angles. The conclave found 100% fulfillment. We only await a similar one in December. In December, thanks to our chairman Nageshwara Garu, oka Dharmachalamaya Garu, oka Narasimhamurthy Garu, ఇక నాగేశ్వరరావు గారు, సీతారామయ్య గారు, మురళి గారు, శ్రీనివాస్ గారు, ఈ కుటుంబం అంతా కలిసి అవశ్యం పిత్రాచారం అని సంప్రదాయం. మీ నాన్నగారు, మీ తాతగారు, మీ పెద్దలు ఏం చేస్తే ఆ పని చేయమని. ఇందాక మన జడ్జెస్ పెద్దలు దుర్గాప్రసాద్ గారు, జస్టిస్ మన వారు చెప్తూ అద్భుతంగా చెప్పారు. తండ్రి ఇచ్చినటువంటి ఒక మాటని పితృ పరిపాలన, పితృవాక్య పరిపాలన అనేది రామాయణం చెప్తున్నది. ఇందాక చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారు మీరు. ఎందుకంటే తండ్రి గారు ఏదో మాట ఇచ్చారయ్యా, మేము చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఏంటి అనుకోకుండా, విత్ ఇన్ఫినిట్ ఫెయిత్ దే హ్యావ్ కంప్లీట్ విత్ ది కమాండ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫాదర్. ఐ గ్రీట్ దెమ్. జయంతినో సుకృతినో రస సిద్ధా కవీశ్వరా నాస్తి తేషాం యశఃకాయే జరా మరణజం భయం. ఇలాంటి మహానుభావులు చిరకాలం ఉంటారు, చిరకాలం జీవిస్తారు, చిరంజీవులుగా ఉంటారు. యశఃకాయం, వాళ్ళు కీర్తి రూపులై ఉంటారు, కీర్తిమూర్తులై ఉంటారు అని. నహి కళ్యాణకృత్కశ్చిత్ దుర్గతిని తాతగచ్చతి అని భగవద్గీత. ఒక మంచి వన్ హూ ఈజ్ బెంట్ ఆన్ డూయింగ్ సమ్ గుడ్ టు ది కమ్యూనిటీ, టు ద పీపుల్, టు ద వరల్డ్, దే విల్ నెవర్ పెరిష్, దే ఆల్వేస్ ఫ్లరిష్. ఐ విష్ అండ్ ప్రే at the lotus feet of Sri Ramachandra that this family of Panga Dharmachalamaya Garu should outshine for centuries together. This is my humble prayer. The basic question, I am only connecting myself to the Constitution and Ramayana. Sri Ramayanam is the Adi Kavyam. It is also Veda Kavyam because it reflects on dharma expounded by Vedas in a lucid, poetic style. It is also considered as an imperceptible exhortation by a dear wife to her beloved husband to perform dharma. We call it Kanta Samhitam, sometimes Prabhu Samhitam, sometimes Mitra Samhitam, but this is Kanta Samhitam because it is a Kavyam. Veda Vejje Parepumsi Jate Dasharathatmaje clearly indicates Veda has become Ramayana, and the hero described by Vedas was born as Rama, the son of King Dasharatha. Ramayana is not only a narration of Rama's life, but also a code of conduct and a veritable text on law of life. Its essence is basically dharma. It has been defined by my forerunners in different ways wonderfully. Needless to explain further. Ramayana is the constitution of a political community of the contemporary times. It has a tremendous impacts on our Indian Constitution because I studied that subject in my PG course. It influenced chapter 3 and 4 especially, dealing with fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy of Indian Constitution in respect of personal dignities and welfareism distinctly. It's like a legal text of a political system. The Indian Constitution in original consisted of pictures of Valmiki Ramayana in its pages. So the impacts and influences of Ramayana are obvious on our Constitution. The hero of this great epic happens to be the embodiment of Dharma, that is Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Who said this? None other than a demon, Maricha, not Vasishtha. The Ramayana set myriad customs of life called Sanatana Dharma. Custom is the one of the prime sources of law, and the legal system is known as the Constitution. It is called the body politic. Ramayana, being the earliest one, has a tremendous impact on Hinduism and Hindu way of life, what we call Sanatana Dharma. Similarly, many legal branches such as the rule of law, law of property, family law, law of torts, criminal law, municipal law, taxation, immigration, civil and criminal procedures, welfareism, democracy, social justice, and so on, we find in our constitution, and it has close semblance to Ramayana's postulates. For instance, the law of possession is a bone of contention in the Ramayana. Possession is the prima facie evidence of ownership. Ayodhya Kanda is a think tank relating to the law of possession and its various forms, such as adverse possession, constructive possession, immediate possession, mediate possession, and so on. All these things relate to the status of title of throne of Ayodhya, especially in the context of meeting Rama and Bharata in exile, Vanavasa. Ramayana is to be studied and analyzed as juristic writing of the times. I submit that we should identify the areas of conflict between Ramayana, tenets, and the Constitution, and why we are not able to implement the best practices enshrined in Ramayana in our political system. I do not like to comment about what had happened 70, 75 years ago in this country, but at least little after then, there is some kind of change towards a pursuit of Ramarajya. We should say impartially. While agreeing that Ramayana stood the test of times for implementing a welfare state like Ramarajya, why we are not able to envision and execute Ramarajya except extolling Mahatma Gandhi, who dreamt of Ramarajya as our constitutional ideal. The Indian Constitution embodied, interestingly, the principles, the values, and the virtues so laid down by Ramayana, which became a welcoming binding for the Hindus, especially, and thereby emerged as a code of conduct or a set of ideals for a Hindu to live his life. It is obvious that these ideals, in course of time, have become predominant and customary practices for Hindus, making Valmiki Ramayana as a formidable source of law for the people of India in general. Needless to say, custom is the basic and primary source of law. It must be said, the subject of jurisprudence has come to be known as legal theory and legal concepts. The legal concepts like possession of property, person, ownership, and title, etc., are distinctly found in Ramayana in various contexts. For instance, law of property in the form of ownership of a kingdom, its reign and rule, by getting its title either by way of war or by any other way, is present in the Ramayana that is relevant to our legal system. Similarly, family law concepts of Hindus such as marriage, maintenance, guardianship, succession are present in Ramayana also. Further, law of torts reflected in Ramayana relating to liability, sovereign immunity, trespass, conspiracy, defamation, etc. are found in Ramayana. Also, some principles of criminal law such as conspiracy, private defense, aid and abetment, grievous hurt, kidnapping have found place in Ramayana, and you find solutions also. The constitution of any country for that matter, if you carefully observe, has some connection or context found in the Ramayana. After all, a law is a set of norms prescribing the behavioral patterns for the countryman for living under the rule of law. Rakshita svasya dharmasya, swajanasya cha rakshita, rakshita jivalokasya, dharmasya parirakshata. The chief pontiff of Kanchikamakota Peetham, addressing the IAS officers in Hyderabad some 20 years back, where I was also present, headed by Sriman P.V.R.K. Prasad Garu. Whatever P.V.R.K. Prasad Garu was telling me, because me and P.V.R.K. Prasad Garu were together for 17 years, right from 2000 to the last day when he passed away, I was with him in various capacities officially. He was telling what our sir was telling. Same thing he said. So, he was telling, the Kanchikamagoti Peetam Pontiff was telling why Rama was adored as the hero of this kingdom, hero of this planet of earth, why the system of Ramayana has become so practically important and implementable in India. He quoted this shloka, Rakshita Swasya Dharmasya. He protected his own dharma. Sajanasya Rakshita. He ensured that his people must also follow the same principles, the principles of dharma. Rakshita 𝐬𝐫𝐢𝐵. Not only himself and his family people or official people, but also his own, the 𝐬𝐫𝐢𝐵, all living beings. They were well protected and ensured that they must perform their duties according to the dharma. For that reason, dharma has got close relevance to any political system. When we are devoid of dharma, the country goes to, as Damas have said, the life of man becomes nasty, brutish, short, a war of every man against every man. So I am quoting this here. Protecting his own dharma, he ensured observance of duties of his own people, their subjects, and thus he ensured the disciplined observance of dharma by all his subjects. For this reason, the Rama's conduct has become a standard of practice for the succeeding generations. The Indian Constitution derived inspiration and illustration from Ramayana. Similarly, the Constitution of India is also impacted vibrantly by the inherent and coherent references in Ramayana. The Ramayana has set forth constitutional ideals for righteous governance, justice, social order, and administration. These ideals are deeply embedded in Ramayana's narratives and teachings. The Ayodhya Kanda is pregnant with such principles of society, polity, civic community, especially in its Sarga 100. We call it Kachit Sarga. The context is when Bharata went to Chitrakoot to request his elder brother Rama to return to kingdom and take out the reins. He refused. He has persuaded him, don't be hurry. Are you doing this? Are you doing this like this? He put so many questions, what we call kachit. Like that, there are a number of things which Rama has questioned Bharata, taking him on his lap, and it emits floodlight on dharmic, legal, political statecraft and good governance. It is considered as a handbook of governance for the rulers. Governance, constitutionalism, welfareism, real-time governance, rule of law, justice, conflict resolution, mediation, morality, civil rights, leadership, public policy, and disaster management are vividly found in our Indian Constitution as drawn from Ramayana. If you permit me, I will quote one truth. In 1982, I registered for a PhD in Nagarjuna University. The subject I have selected was Political Ideals of Ramayana. My registration was rejected on the ground there are no adjudicators to adjudicate your thesis. Therefore, we are not able to admit you. You can choose a different topic. My basic question is, when universities have totally failed to draw inspiration from these epical studies, what are for these universities? One Ramanarayanam is doing, one VRC is doing. I am so happy. At least one institution on the globe, on the planet of Earth, has come forward to dedicate itself for the study of Ramayana and to ensure that it will stretch its reach to the unreached. This is the most important thing. So I have all admiration for not only Narayanam families, but my great friend, we have brought him here out of great quest, great search. We found Professor Chilakapati Garu to head this institute. And our think tank is Sriram Chakradhar, Sarada Deepti, Jagnevi Reddy, Nityasri. These small Group of people are doing wonders. Today's conclave, the last January, we have conducted one conclave, September another conclave. All these things are done by a small group of people, very small group of people, less than 40 years. One child is less than 22 years. This is how what we expect is to stretch its reach to the unreached and to see that Ramayana comes into active implementation, if not so sooner than later, or later than sooner. The ideals of Ramayana have close resemblance to the preamble of the Indian Constitution. The preamble advocates justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity. In brackets, assuring the dignity of the individual, in the brackets, unity and integrity of the nation. This is what exactly Ramaraja reflects. This is what exactly Dashavarsha Sahasrani, Dashavarsha Shatani cha, Ramo Rajyam Upasitva Brahmalokam Prayasyati. For 10,000 plus, under 1,000, 11,000 years of Rama's rule have found virtually and practically what is Ramaraja. The state is a social welfare corporation devoid of caste, creed, sex, region, religion, and status and of opportunity. That is our ideal, and I hope this conclave will find solution for this. Now, I will go to where this Constitution of India has some resemblance to Ramayana. Take Balakanda. Certain customary provisions in Ramayana may be worthy of mention in this connection. Rama questions to Bharata in the context of Bharata praying for return of Rama to Ayodhya relate to the do's and don'ts the king ought to adopt. Suffice it to say, the Kachchi Sarga provides enough guidance to a prince who is found in our legal system. Constitution of India, Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Samhita 2023 BNSS, Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita 2023 BNS, Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam 2023 BSA, and so on. They closely resemble what Ramayana has stipulated. Just I go back chronologically. In Balakanda, Sarga 5, Ayodhya Varnanam, this relates to the smart cities what contemplated by the government of India. The capital city planning is found in this Sarga Balakanda 5. Balakanda 6, the quality of citizens implies code of conduct. And Balakanda 7, selection of ministers, qualification of ministers. Balakanda 27, empowerment and capacity building of the princes. In Constitution, enablement of princes. Balakanda 71 Sargas, dynastic glory of things, family history of kings in Constitution. Then go to Balakanda 73 Sarga relating to Sita Rama Kalyanam, the wedding ceremony of Lord Sita Rama. Hindu Marriage Act, Panigrahanam has been accepted. On those days, Panigraham was what is called, this is not, Mangala Sutram is not there. Only Panigraham was acceptable. It is found in the act. Ayodhya Kanda 1 and 2 Sargas, Sri Rama Guna Varnanam, qualifications of the head of the state. Ayodhya Kanda 11, Kaikeyi's demand of 2 boons, breakdown of protocols. Ayodhya Kanda 79 and 80, Bharata ordering roadways to reach Chitrakoot, the camp of Rama. Facilitation of pathways. Aranyakanda 9 and 10, Kshatra Dharmam, punishment, correctional administration of anti-social elements. How to do? It is there. Aranyakanda Sarga 68 relates to Jatai Samskaram, disposal of dead bodies. Aranyakanda 74, Sabari Swargati, honoring the senior citizens and old people in the righteous manner. Kishkinthakanda, Rama Sugriva Saksham, interracial relations between humans and monkeys. In Ramayana time, there are only three races: the men, the humans, and the monkeys, and the demons, and the deities. Kishkinthakanda 18, Valivadha Samardhanam, ethics prevail over legal system. Ethics prevail over legal system. Kishkinthakanda 26, Sugriva Pattabhishekam, crowning the neighbor ruler for international amity. Kishkinthakanda 43 sargas relate to Vanapreshanam in 4 directions, detailing the search parties comparable to patrolling, research and analysis wing. What it should do, it is there. Similarly, Sagara Langhanam, 64 Sarga in Kishkinthakanda, brainstorming to scale the sea. Sundarakandam, first Sarga, relates to this is mitigation of obstacles, crisis management in pursuit of the task given to the man. Sundarakanda 8, Pushpaka Vimana Darshanam, design of aircraft. Sundarakanda 34 and 35, Hanuma Sita Samvadam, Sri Rama Varnanam, communication skills, decorum and decorum of dialogue. Sundarakanda 49 and 50, Ravana Darshanam Prasnam, interfacing the enemy, glorification of own rulership. Sundarakanda 65, Chudamani Pradhanam, exchange of insignia. And Yuddhakanda 1, Hanumat Prasamsa, relating to honoring the good work done by the servant. Yuddhakanda Sargas 1, 2, 4, 17, 18, 22, 24, 29, 31, 35, 41, 102, 123, 125, 131. They related to the subjects referred to such as positioning of armies. There are 2 or 3 PhDs on Yuddhakanda relating to the concept of war, formation of positioning of armies, and formation of strategies, all these. Here also we have positioning of armies, war preparations and strategies, surrender of enemy side warriors, war foot facilitations, diplomacy, enemy patrolling, rescue, combat, slaying of military marshals, capturing of enemy forces either side, foul play during war, advanced defense systems, missiles, studs, and air defenses, the victor and the vanquished, the treatment, the great victory of Sri Rama, and ensuring coronation process, conquest and consolidation, and concluding with welfareism in Ramayana, the last sarga of Yuddhakanda, 131. Like this, there are number of parallels between Indian Constitution and Ramayana. I have only tried to brief you. My text is so much. Already I have given me warning bell is given. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to share with you. I am not a scholar. But my only hunch and question is why the universities, especially the central university devoted to Oriental learning, like your National Sanskrit University, it is a high time, at least contemplate that this conclave must give him a message. It is a high time, at least we go back to our past and emulate what Rama did, what Rama said, how Rama ruled and reigned. If we are able to follow and understand that, the purpose of the conclave is successful. Thank you very, very much for bearing with me. So kind of you. Jai Sri Ram! Jai Sri Ram! Jai Sri Ram! Noru novanga harikirti nudavadeni. Noru novanga harikirti nudavadeni. Dayayu satyambulonuga talapadeni. Kaluganetiki. To create pangs of birth to the mother. Jai Sri Ram.
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
ఇండియన్ కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్కి రామాయణానికి చక్కగా ప్యారలల్ తీసి మనకి ఎన్నో విషయాలను అద్భుతంగా వివరించిన శ్రీమాన్ డాక్టర్ చిలకపాటి విజయ రాఘవాచార్యులు గారిని సత్కరించవలసిందిగా నారాయణం కుటుంబ సభ్యులందరినీ, నారాయణం శ్రీనివాస్ గారిని, నీరజవల్లి గారిని, నారాయణం నాగేశ్వరరావు గారిని, ఆనరబుల్ జస్టిస్ యతిరాజులు గారిని, ఆనరబుల్ జస్టిస్ దుర్గాప్రసాద్ గారిని కోరుతున్నాం.
Jai Shri Ramandi. So I know it is late now, but కొన్ని operational issues వల్ల we have started late, but అందరూ speakers, all the speakers have cooperated and blessed this occasion with their valuable directions. ఇంత ఈవెంట్ పాసిబుల్ అవ్వాలి అని అంటే ఎంతోమంది కృషి చేయాలి. తప్పకుండా నారాయణం కుటుంబ సభ్యుల వారి హెల్ప్, వారి ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ కంప్లీట్గా ఉంది. అయితే ఎలా చేయాలి, జ్యూరీస్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఎలా మాట్లాడాలి, వారిని ఎలా అడ్రస్ చేయాలి అని ఆర్గనైజర్స్గా మాకు తెలియదు. అయితే ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ స్టార్ట్ అయినప్పటి నుంచి ఒక సరైన మార్గనిర్దేశకాన్ని ఇస్తూ ఇది ఇలా చేయాలి, ఇది ఇలా చేయకూడదు, వీరిని పిలవాలి, ఇలా మాట్లాడాలి, ఈ టాపిక్ ఇలా ఆర్గనైజ్ చేయాలి, ఈ టాపిక్ ఇలా ఉండకూడదు, ఈ పేరు ఇలా ఉండకూడదు అని ప్రతి దాంట్లో మాకు సోల్ అండ్ స్పిరిట్ లాగా ఉండి మమ్మల్ని నడిపించిన, ఇది ప్రొఫెషనల్గా కాకుండా మోర్ దాన్ దట్ పర్సనలీ వీఆర్ థ్యాంకింగ్ దెమ్. వీ వాంట్ టు థ్యాంక్ శ్రీమతి కె వెంకటేశ్వరి గారు. ఐఎమ్ కాలింగ్ దెమ్ యాజ్ మై పేరెంట్స్. అండ్ దెన్ శ్రీమాన్ టీకే శ్రీధర్ గారు అండ్ శుభా రాజేశ్వరి. అండ్ అన్నిటికీ మించి వాళ్ళు ఈరోజు ఇక్కడ ఉండటము అందరిలా కాదండి. ఒక ఫ్యామిలీ హెల్త్ ఎమర్జెన్సీ వాళ్ళకు ఉంది. యెట్ దే వర్ నాట్ ఇన్ ఎ పొజిషన్ టు కమ్, బట్ జస్ట్ బికాస్ దే ప్రామిస్ దట్ దే విల్ కమ్, దే హ్యావ్ బ్రాట్ వాళ్ళ అమ్మమ్మను కూడా తీసుకొని వచ్చేసి, యునో వీ హ్యావ్ వైదేహి గారు, దే కాల్ అమ్ములు. సో వీ వాంట్ టు ఆనర్ దెమ్ విత్ ఆల్ యువర్ పర్మిషన్. సో kindly please Sridhar garu, Venkateshwari garu and Rajeshwari garu, kindly come in this school. Please. Your help, guidance is extremely important, and it was really helpful for us. Thank you so much. ఈ ఆనర్ చేయవలసిందిగా ఆనరబుల్ జస్టిస్ శ్రీ యతిరాజులు గారిని కోరుకుంటున్నాము. అలానే ఆనరబుల్ జస్టిస్ దుర్గాప్రసాద్ గారిని కూడా వేదిక మీదకి వచ్చి ఆనర్స్ ఈ గెస్చర్ చేయవలసిందిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాము. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ సార్. సారీ మిమ్మల్ని చాలాసార్లు ఇబ్బంది పెడుతున్నాము.